Hi, this is Jeff from Social Run Club. I'm here with another Form Focus series. And so, with this Form Focus series, it's sort of a 6-session series, and we're going to be talking about a different mechanism for run form each series. Now, the reason I call them mechanisms is that they're the way your body works. And so, we're going to go from one extreme to another extreme so that you sort of feel how your body functions. And then when you're running, you're going to sort of find that middle ground that feels good for you, that makes you feel like you're running properly. With all of these things, the number one for longevity in running, you want to make sure that you're feeling good while you're running, that you're listening to your body. If you're starting to hurt yourself, it's going to send you feedback, and you're going to start to feel that pain, those aches and pains. And when you're running properly, you actually don't feel those, or you do feel them, and then you know the mechanisms and you change your run form so that isn't happening anymore. And so this week, or this session, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about your lower back and your shoulders. And so your lower back and shoulders are actually great for stabilizing that upper body. So we start with the lower body, the back. And so a lot of the times when we think about engaging our back, we think about doing that sort of like those vertical running muscles, and those are important. But really, what we want to do is we want to stop our body from sort of wobbling, and we want to have this like gentle engagement on our horizontal running back muscles. And so not a lot of people think about engaging those while they're running, while they're moving. And so what we want to start doing is starting to get you to recognize what that sensation feels like. And so the easiest way to start visualizing and feeling that is, imagine that you want to touch your shoulders or your elbows behind your back. And so I want you to do that and notice that sort of like squeeze in your upper back that's happening. And so that's what we want to do. And then we're not going to try and run with our shoulders, with our elbows trying to touch each other behind the back. But what we want to do is, now that you've sort of figured out that motion, you want to start visualizing that and practicing that. And that's our upper back. And what we want to do is have gentle engagement all the way down our back. So you want to keep engaging that down. And if you've already looked at our glute section, you can use that to remind yourself to engage your glutes as well. So you want to squeeze, a gentle squeeze all the way back behind there. It's almost as if there's a C here and you're trying to close it to be an O. So around your body and that like back part there. Again, we want that gentle engagement, and that gentle engagement should be somewhere around your muscles hugging your skeleton, or if you're imagining you've got a grapefruit in your hand and you don't want it to fall, but you don't want to squeeze it too hard, that's generally where I land. But again, this is where you want to listen to your body and figure out what works for you. Now, once we've figured out how to engage our back, you're going to notice that you automatically start standing upright. The next thing we want to do is we want to roll our shoulders down our back or our scapulus. And so the easiest way for me to show you how to do that is to put your hands out beside you with your palms facing down. And then what you want to do is rotate those palms upwards. So now I'm going to do this from the back, and I'm going to over exaggerate this, but you do this and then you rotate them down, and you can see that that they're rolling down there. And what I like about this is that not only does that do that, it opens up your chest as well. And so what that means is that when you engage your back, open up your chest and roll your shoulders down there, you've got this nice forward facing form that's going to allow you to lean, which is the next mechanism that we're going to be talking about as you're moving forward. So what you want to do, similar to the other mechanisms, is I want you to go out and I want you to practice engaging that, opening up your chest, and then going for a run, and then practicing not doing it. And I think a lot of us default to this, like as if we're sitting down in a computer chair, and that's what our bodies default to. And so we need to start forming those neural pathways in our head so that we actually, those become our default when we're running, or they're easier to slip into when we're running. And so that's what you want to do when you go out and practice your run. And you can even practice these while you're going for a walk. It's not just good run form, it's just good posture in general. And so again, it's that engagement, rotate your shoulders down your back, and then go for a run. And you can try this. Try going faster, see what happens. Try going slower and see what happens. When you're running up and down hills, practice these things so you start to recognize when you're in good form and when you're out of good form. So that's what I want you to go out and practice today. And this is another mechanism for good run form. Thanks.